Welcome to the Nehemiah Entrepreneurship Community Business Lifecycle Podcast. My name is Patrice Tsague. I'm here today with good friend, no stranger to you guys, Miss Anna Maria Lowry.
Thank you,
Anna Maria,
Patrice.
welcome to the podcast. How are you today?
Loving to be here, Patrice. Looking forward. Every time that you bring me, it's exciting.
Yes, yes, it is. Well, Anna Maria is here because we are going to be in Orlando, guys, in the next couple of weeks, actually. I think 2 weeks exactly, for the
Correct.
2025 Business Lifecycle Podcast. I'm sorry, not podcast, but a Best Practice Business Tour. Well, we're going to get the opportunity beginning, I believe, on May 6th to have a connect meeting at her office where we're going to get a chance to get a tour and hear about the vision of AMP International, the Orlando Center, and eat some
Correct.
good food for that, what I understand, made by one of her clients. And that will be
Absolutely.
on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we're going to have, I'm sorry, on that was Tuesday evening, actually. And on Wednesday, May 7th, we're going to have our Kingdom Business Tour, where we'll tour community plan, we'll tour Liberty Council, and we got a hospital, and then we also got a school that will tour as well, giving you guys an opportunity to experience how this business is function from behind the scenes. We'll also have a policy discussion because there's a lot shifting with import taxes, export taxes, and all these trade policy that's shifting. And so we're going to have a policy discussion, which Anna is going to be part of that panel. We're going to just talk about, okay, as believers, how should we be thinking about this? Right? How do you navigate uncertain and changing times as you consider what God is doing with your business, right? Particularly for some of you internationals who are talking about what does that mean now, me doing business in the United States of America? Or how is it impacting your local economy? So we're going to have that discussion around policy. And then on Thursday, we'll have our best practice conference, where we'll address every life cycle, every stage of life cycle. We're going to start with discovery and then go to break even and profitability and sustainability, scalability, and succession and exit. You'll hear from speakers who've experienced that stage, are experiencing that stage right now, and it's going to give you some best practice around how they're navigating it to kind of help you, no matter what stage of business you are in, to know how to navigate your own business growth. And then we'll conclude on Friday with our impact brunch. It's an event for us to showcase the impact that we're having around the world, and also you be inspired by Mike Welker, a kingdom entrepreneur, and his own journey to building and selling an enterprise at several hundredfold. And then you'll get a chance to be invited to join us in partnering with us financially to expand this vision. It's going to be a great time. We have entrepreneurs coming from Kenya, from Congo, from Mexico, and of course from throughout the United States of America. What's also happening on that Thursday, we're going to be doing an announcement where Smart Organ Solution, one of the sisters comes to Nehemiah, will be part that I lead. Will be partnering with Bishop Wiggins from Hope Church in Orlando to open up a technology innovation center in the city of Orlando. We are so excited about that because at that center, we will also be able to do classes for biblical entrepreneurship. There'll be some other impact stuff, but the center is primarily for the purpose of selling renewable energy products such as displays, EV chargers, street lights, and the like, and business opportunity to have an economic engine there that can facilitate the growth of Bishop's vision, and of course, our ability to impact the city of Orlando, the East Coast, and of course, the state of Florida. So that's what's happening that week. If you're not yet registered, I want you right now to go to nehemiahecommunity.com slash best practice dash conference dash 2025, nehemiahecommunity.com slash best practice dash best practice dash best dash practice dash conference slash 2025 and join us. Seats are still available. I was just talking to Anna Marie earlier. The Connect meeting is full, right? So we're no longer taking registrations there because I know some of you guys last are going to beg us and say, "Can I please attend?" So we want to close it now so that we don't want too many folks over at Anna Maria's office. But the conference is still open. The brunch is still open. The tour is full as well. Okay. With that, Anna Maria, first, thank you for hosting us this year. This is the second time you've hosted us in the last 3 years. Are you excited about the conference?
Oh, very much. So this is something that we look forward every year because it's the reality that Nehemiah project is international. It's covered not just the United States, but we have our brothers and sisters and all the entrepreneurs coming from different ways. We, our Kenyan friends, our from Africa, from different countries, and that's why we feel like the United Nations are here. We
Amen.
are going specifically to in the Connect meeting to feed our friends, our brothers, you with Hispanic food, because that's what the Orlando Center is for, to reach out the Hispanic community. And the beauty is that the chef is one of the clients that has taken the training with the us about the curriculum of the Nehemiah project. He has been successful. He's already in Bravo supermarkets with the product that he is cooking and making. So we are very excited about that. So don't eat
I
breakfast, don't eat lunch.
I love it. What I actually appreciate about you are very intentional of utilizing the members of the community, the clients of your center, when you're doing activities, and that's great because you're recycling the money in the kingdom, right?
Amen.
So what kind of food can we expect on that day? You talk so much about this food. Give us a little
Oh,
bit of it, even though people we're full now for that event, but what are they missing?
yeah.
Those who are not going to come to the Connect meeting.
We are going to have the typical dish of Venezuela because the chef is Venezuelan. So we have caraotas negras, which is one of his best products that are being sold in retail chains. We are going to have, which is like what we call uh, black beans, but
Mm.
caraotas in Venezuelan terms, with all, of course, white rice. We are going to have beef. There is going to be like little pieces, and we are going to have chicken for those who don't eat
Thank you,
steak
Jesus,
or
for chicken.
pork. We always remember you. We always remember you. We are going to have dessert. We are going to have salad. So don't eat breakfast. Don't eat lunch.
Oh, that's gonna be so exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad you said chicken. I think there's gonna be
Yeah,
chicken in heaven. Chicken has done so much for the kingdom.
absolutely.
I love it. Anne Maria, just in case some of our viewers and listeners do not know you or your business, could you tell them a little bit about yourself and your business journey?
Thank you so much. We started our business 36 years ago. So my gray hair is not in vain, Patrice. We opened it first in Colombia. That's where my accent comes from. The A is Ana Maria, who is speaking, and the P was my sister Patricia, who unfortunately passed away in our first nationwide project in Colombia in an airplane crash. We moved to the state, the business, and we opened it in December of 1989. And we specifically focused in serving the supply diversity community. That means that we business coach, business develop businesses that the owners are all minority by inheritance, but we are women business owned, we are veterans, and we are disabled. We have beautiful cases and clients with success stories, and we develop them, we equip them, and then we introduce them to large corporations, client of us, and government agencies that need to bring products and services from us.
Oh, I love it. So when people hear, particularly those international, they hear diverse supplier, they may not understand the context. So in America, um, there are certain designation for businesses that are owned by minorities. You know, these are Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, women, and as you pointed out, also veterans. You know, these are groups that the government, either through historical discrimination or through those needing more help than others, right? Whatever the reason being, they're somehow being, she also mentioned those who are physically unable, those who are face disabilities. And so our government provides special set aside or ensures that business are able to set aside a percentage of their contracts for those individuals. And so, but in order to get those, you still got to be good at business. You still got to be good at what you do. And oftentimes there is a gap between those individuals because sometimes, not all, sometimes they tend to be least connected, least educated, least resourced. That's the whole idea. So they need a facilitator, go between somebody who understands how government contract works, so I understand how Fortune 500 large corporations, how they do business. Because many times these large companies or these government agencies, they want to do business with these not so connected, not so resource, and not so influent people. But sometimes they don't speak the same language or they're not ready or know how to take advantage. So Anne Maria, so what you do is you kind of come in between. You help to for them how to know how to talk together. You help bring them up to speed so that the business owners know how to be prepared for the opportunity. Is that kind of what
Correct.
you do?
Absolutely. We do both. So for the diverse suppliers, we train them in whatever they are missing to be business in the way that the trades do very well what they know what to do. Sometimes they don't know how to do business or how
Mm.
to do business with large corporations. So we provide for them whatever is missing. So we equip them to be ready. And then we introduce them to our clients that are in need or their trades. So it
Wow.
is so wonderful because it's a win-win. On the other hand, the large corporations do not have enough people to be able to meet those diverse suppliers who are looking forward to work with them. So for the large corporation and government agencies, we pre-qualify them, these diverse suppliers. So when we introduce them, they know that they come ready to do business with them.
Because I would imagine that a frustration among government agencies and large corporation is I want to do business because even I face it. You know, I want to hire blacks. I want to hire minority, Hispanic immigrants. I want to hire, but sometimes they're not as prepared. Not all, but sometimes they're not as, they have a lot of passion and heart, but not always the skill set. So having
Correct.
somebody who can help bring that makes it easier for these companies. Would that be
Correct.
the case?
Yes, and not only that, Patrice, but it's a major difference to do business for Universal Orlando's resorts than for a government agency, the
Yeah,
Department of Transportation or the
yeah,
energy company. They have different expectations and different needs. So
that's
we
good.
also equip them according to that client that is going to be introduced.
I
So
love it. Now it seemed also that the government agencies and the company will appreciate you because sometimes they don't know how to engage. If I'm an example, for instance, I might not know how to engage well with a veteran, and they may have disabilities based on what they went through, right?
mhm, correct.
Or I'm a male, a woman, so you also help the companies to be able to know how to best. Is that would that be true?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you deal with cultures
Yeah.
because
Oh, it's good. Or
as you were
Hispanic. Yeah,
mentioning,
black
the
Hispanic. Yeah,
minority
that's so
comes,
good. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that is so good. Guys, I'm talking to Anna Maria Lowry. She's the founder and CEO of AMP International. She's also a certified trainer and coach with the Nehemiah Church community. They'll be hosting this year the Best Practice and Tour Conference, and we are literally 2 weeks away from being in Orlando. And we want to see you there. I want to personally see you. Right, join us
Amen.
from the 6th to the 9th. The 6th is full, so you can't do that. But the 8th is open, the conference. The 9th is open at Impact Brunch. Actually,
Correct.
the 6th, the 7th are closed. The tour is closed as well. But the 8th and 9th are open, the conference and the Impact Brunch. So join us. If you want to register, go to Nehemiah eCommunity .com/best dash practice dash conference dash 2025, or go to the events page and you find the event from there and sign and register. Join us there. We'd love to have you in Orlando. It's a beautiful time about in Orlando. We're gonna have entrepreneurs from Kenya, from Congo, from
Amen.
Mexico, and it's gonna be all a kingdom party. Anna Maria, if there's somebody watching, listen and say, hey, I want to connect with Anna Maria, learn more about AMP, where do they go?
Well, they're welcome to go to our website, which is A for Apple, N for Nancy, P for Peter, I, N for Nancy, T for Today, L for Love.com. Is the
Oh, I
abbreviation
love
of
it.
AMP International, and that's who we are.
I love it. Anna Maria, before we land the plane, let me talk a bit about the teaser as to what in my experience from you. I'm going to focus on the positive discussion because we can be here all the time about everything else. So, one of the things you do as an entrepreneur, as a business, you work with diverse suppliers. And
Correct.
we know that right now, with the Trump administration, there's a big challenge around DEI. So, which is not diverse supply, but it is part of that bucket, right? It's
Correct.
not one and the same, but it's part of that bucket, kind of mixed in. So how are you navigating that with your clients? Because there's a two challenges. One, DEI is not minority enterprises, but it's been mixed together in the past. How are you navigating that? The fears, the concerns, or helping your client be successful in the midst of this new environment?
I appreciate them from the beginning. We were not based on an entitlement attitude. I have
Mm,
a paper, I have a certificate. But with the training and the equipping, we are based more in building and developing small, medium-sized businesses that are going to serve and they are going to be able to be sustainable. As you talk about the business cycle, no matter in which state we are, our main focus is to bring them to sustainable. So when the owner sleeps, the business works for the owner. And
amen.
that's the best way to be. So when the legislation changed or the opportunities change the name, that's what we believe is a change on the name in the way that the economy is based on the development of small and medium-sized businesses. So everybody knows that we are not going to go anywhere. So
Mm,
instead of calling them probably diverse suppliers, we can be called small businesses. So
mm.
we need to be creative with the language and with the way we emphasize. Every business wants to be sustainable, and we want to have resilience that is important, and we know we continue. So
Oh, I love it.
the key is the heart of the business. And as you know, Patrice, we don't transform a business if we don't transform the owner of the business.
Amen. Well said. I love what you're saying. At the end of the day, governments may put labels or take away labels, but at the end of the day, what's the fundamental? We're talking about
Correct.
small businesses. We're talking about empowering them to be more productive and become sustainable. Whatever the label is, it doesn't matter. As long as that's happening, there's still a need for that in the community. That should relieve the fears of your clients, right? In other words, ignore the label. Because part of it is sometimes we get so caught up in what government is doing, right?
Correct.
And government, I'm sure you guys internationally can relate to this. Government all sometimes go cuckoo, right? All governments, because it's bureaucratic, it's label driven, and also it's political. But so you're kind of saying, hey, forget the label, focus on what are you doing Is it purposeful? Is it meeting a need? You're still relevant. Is that kind of what you're saying?
I also believe, Patrice, that with that perspective, we delete the people who were doing a lip service, saying,
It's
"Oh, we
good.
are
It's
helping
good.
the business, we
That's
are
good.
helping them," but
That's
in the
good.
reality, they were not inviting the small businesses to the table.
They were
So
just
what
checking the
we are
box. They were just checking the
fundamental,
government
we
box.
created an environment that is called ecosystem for supply diversity, where we created a system where everybody is sitting at the table. Buyers connected with the diverse suppliers, with the small businesses, with the primes. So there is a community that can be trusted
Oh, I
because they
love it.
know we all have the same principles. We all have the same desires to be professional and to earn business because we deliver, not because we own a paper.
What's awesome about what you're saying, Anna Maria, is that yes, Miriam, amen. I do agree with that. What's also what you're saying when you have honed in your competitive advantage as a business and you know what you're good at, you know what your sweet spot is, your call, things can change around you, but that
Correct.
remains the same.
Correct.
So for you, you're calm because you know your competitive advantage, you know your sweet spot. And you,
Yes,
you didn't create this because of DEI. You already
correct.
doing that. And so
Exactly.
that makes a difference. What a great lesson on how to navigate business from any environment. That's what kind of thing I want you to share on the policy discussion, because I think sometimes entrepreneurs they get so caught up on policy. But
Yes.
if your business is sound, most of the time, whatever the policy is, it will thrive. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And also is the inspiration to thrive your business with faith, not with fear.
Oh,
When
glory
you
to God
understand,
forevermore.
when you understand, Patrice, that your business is not even yours, because for
Amen.
that it belongs to the Lord, and we are just the
Amen.
stewards. So we have nothing to fear. If he
Amen.
if he wants to take it away, that's he has better plans. He never do things to hurt us, but to benefit us. So we just
Amen.
keep moving and growing and do better and better, Patrice.
What a perspective. I love it. Anna Maria, amen to that, Marianne. We are also a client of yours, Smart Organ Solution is. And you've been
Absolutely.
helping us in the East Coast, particularly with working with Pastor Manny, one of our East Coast regional manager. And so we have Smart Organ Solutions. Our other sister company has really benefited directly from your guidance, your coaching, and
Thank you so
your
much.
direction. So how's my boy doing? How would you rate? How's he doing?
Oh,
How do we do as clients?
he's doing 99%, otherwise he will not need us. So
I love it. I love it. So
but
the
we are already scheduling meetings for him when he's here in Orlando. And
awesome,
one of those meetings is with Duke Energy, which is
awesome,
excited to meet you as well.
awesome.
So it's a product, Patrice, that is needed, is exciting, is current, is the trade. So it's just creating. I remember one of the main descriptions of opportunities definition that I took when I took my training for business executive is opportunities when the preparation meets ghost time. And
Amen.
that's how I see it right now.
Amen. Well, we excited about working with you guys. God willing, we'll be successful this year, and we'll do it again, so that this could be and I knowing you used to be true. I mean, God willing, this is God will. This is what's going to happen, right?
Amen. Amen. That's it.
I love it. Listen, Anna Maria, don't you leave yet, because I want to have one last question to ask you. Before I do, though, I want to speak to our audience. Listen, if you enjoyed this podcast, do me one favor. I want you to share it. All right, Miriam, those of you listening, watching, share it. Put it on your own social media. Push it out. Friends share with friends that which inspires them and that which helps them. Okay, be a
Amen.
friend. Unfortunately, many times in social media, the stuff that are being shared are negative and fuel hate and and fuels division. Share this.
Yes,
This fuels hope and inspiration. A story
that's
of
right.
an entrepreneur who came from Colombia and who God is now using to help many other diverse suppliers, and hundreds of businesses over the years have been blessed as a result. You
Thank you.
know somebody who can be inspired by that story. You know somebody who needs a coach and a consultant who understand diverse supplier. Right? Share this with them.
Thank you,
So,
Patrice.
if you want to know more about Anna Maria, you can visit her at her website. We just shared it earlier, but I want Anna Maria to share it again. Anna Maria, please share the web. Okay, I actually have it here. Is ANPINTL.com, uh,
Correct.
ANP International or Inno.com. Go right there. You can
Perfect.
learn more about them, know how to connect with them. Listen,
Thank you
if
so much.
you want to know more about the Nehemiah entrepreneurship community, you say, look, how can I get involved? How can I begin my own journey of partnering with you guys, Nehemiah, joining this community of entrepreneurs who are making an impact around the globe? I'm glad you asked the question. So go to nehemiahecommunity.com, nehemiahecommunity.com. There you can learn about our training program, whether it's biblical entrepreneurship, serve with love, identity and destiny. You can learn about our coaching program, whether it's one-on-one coaching, group coaching. You can learn about our Access to Capital program, where we can connect you with Kingdom Impact investors or help you prepare to be bankable. You can also learn about how to become a member of the community. We have close to 5,000 members from Asia, Africa, Latin America, Europe, and North America. Well, it's an ecosystem of entrepreneurs who are working together to build a kingdom. So become
Amen.
a part, become a membership does have its privileges. We have things like life group, connect meetings. We even have one coming up next Saturday that you can join us live, physical here in Portland, Oregon, or virtual. Also, if you've not yet signed up for the conference, what you waiting for? Sign up. Go to the website, register. I want to see you in Orlando. The tour is full. The Connect meeting is full, but we still got space for the conference as well as the Impact Brunch. I love to see you in Orlando. With that said, Anna Maria, last question for you. There are many entrepreneurs who were not as prepared as you were with the change. They didn't have that competitive advantage honed in. Didn't have that clarity, so that no matter what change around them, they can keep navigate. They didn't have that kingdom perspective to know that ultimately it's God's business. So if somebody's watching and listening, they're saying, "Well, how do I, I'm struggling with what's going on in my country, what's going on around the world. My business, my first quarter was not ideal. What advice would you give them as to how they can ensure they have that they have a great year this year, despite what's going on?"
I think, Patrice, that it's very important to be well informed from the right sources. So
Amen.
I invite them to come to our panel because
Mhm.
we are going to be discussing this with people who are responsible for the changes, who
Amen.
people that are receiving the changes, and who people that are striving the changes. So you get it one way or the other, but it's important to know the truth. The truth will set you free. And when you understand, you pick up what is convenient for you as a business owner, and you navigate how creativity will help you to be successful. So, like for example, remember the pandemic, Patrice. Many
Yeah.
businesses closed, but we needed to be creative. So we were able
Mhm.
to survive because we were able to deliver online, not just in person. There is also a lot of times that we need systems, and systems will be delivering what we need to deliver. So get coached, get educated, and strive.
Amen. Well said. Wow. Well said. Thank you so much for that advice, Anne Maria. Well, with that said, friends, let me pray for you. May the Lord bless you. May the
Thank you,
Lord
Patrice.
enable you to steward those talents that are under your care and to steward them in such a way that one day you'll hear those wonderful words, "Well done, good and faithful servant.
Amen.
You've been
Amen.
faithful over a few things. Guess what? Will now make you rule much." God bless you. We also pray, Anne Maria, for your client and friend at the
Thank you.
hospital now. I pray that he feels better. Okay.
Thank
It
you,
gets
Patrice.
better. God bless you,
Thank
Anne
you.
Maria. Thanks for watching and listening.
Thank you for inviting me, Patrice.
Thank you.
Looking